One of the largest hidden burial grounds in Kingston, Ontario, McBurney Park is no typical playground. The cemetery opened in 1809 and quickly filled up from typhus and cholera. The cemetery holds soldiers from the British, French, and Indian battles of 1819. The Catholic, Anglican, and Presbyterian churches also used it to bury many Scottish and Irish immigrants. Between 1809 and 1865, around 10,000 bodies were buried in the small 4-acre cemetery. Some of the bodies were only buried a foot underground, a far cry from the 6 feet we are used to today. Some plots reportedly had as many as 11 bodies in them. Many of these hasty burials fell victim to a criminal ring called the Restrictionists, who sold the bodies to medical students at Queen's University. They sometimes filled the empty coffins with rocks to prevent sagging in the soil and the discovery of their crimes. That's why there's a cannon on the grounds as a warning to any grave robbers who dare to enter the cemetery. If this indignity was not enough, by 1893 the burial ground was in serious state of decay. It was overgrown with weeds and most of the headstones had been knocked over by roaming cows. Kingston decided to turn it into a park and asked relatives of the deceased to pay for their disinterment and reburial. Locals objected to the change because a number of the buried had died from contagious epidemics and there was a fear opening the graves would spread the diseases. The city, however, went ahead with the lacking funds needed to remove the graves. Only a few graves were removed and others had their gravestones bulldozed over and dirt placed on top in hopes that people would forget what lies beneath. Unfortunately, the dead had other ideas. Over the years, gravestones and bones have popped up out of the ground at McBurney Park, spooking unsuspected visitors and earning the area a fitting nickname, Skeleton Park. An estimated 540 remains had been removed, and over 9,000 bodies still remained in the park. In the 1950s, neighborhood boys began digging up the skulls from the park and mounted them on their bikes. They also used the headstones as bases for baseball. When the city installed the playground equipment in the wading pool, construction workers accidentally dug up more human remains. It was renamed McBurney Park in the 1960s, but locals took to calling it Skeleton Park for obvious reasons. Only one monument dedicated to the city's first Presbyterian minister remains standing. Protruding corners of broken headstones reach out from the grass as reminders of grim and painful history. To all outward appearances, McBurney Park is a pleasant place to bring family on a warm summer afternoon. After nightfall, however, Skeleton Park comes alive with the legends and tales. The park is known for its eerie atmosphere at times. Often people have seen the park appear to be a graveyard again. Tombstones have been known to appear, as well as the occasional apparition. Many orbs, strange lights have formed, and a mist may appear if photos are taken. People have seen apparitions and feel like they are being watched and followed, and often they have felt like they are not wanted there. Disembodied voices and screams and crying have been heard. It is also said that the houses bordering the park experience a lot of paranormal activity. Objects have been seen moving on their own, lights go on and off, doors will open and close on their own. Some have even seen ghostly children running around during the day and vanishing. These apparitions are known as residual hauntings, meaning they continue to do something they did in the past life. They do not see or hear anyone that is not dead with them. It is said if you visit the park at night during a full moon, then you'll be able to see the full tombstones and the park will vanish. Some ghosts here are quite aggressive. Some have physically hurt visitors and tourists, mostly on the ghost tours. These spirits are intelligent spirits, meaning they can see and hear you, and touch you if they feel. Visitors must remain respectful and remember that thousands of people remain buried just below the surface. So next time you're at the park, be respectful and remember, thousands of people are still buried.